Welcome, School for the Highly Gifted Staff. I am making this video in an attempt to flip some of the content for our staff meetings so that we have more time for discussion over how to iron out the wrinkles rather than one-way communication. So that is what this is for. I'm going to start out with just reminding you that there are some handy links in the staff notes, and you can see here I have added that staff notes link as a bookmark, and that will take me directly to your notes. And in that beginning of your staff notes, there is a place where you can click on the viewable master schedule. And so that's the first piece that you'll probably need to look at so that you can reference the PYP schedule that I am going to be talking through for this video. Okay, so once you click that button on your staff notes, it'll take you to the master schedule. If you don't see these tabs down here on the bottom of your master schedule, then you just need to make sure that you expand using this bar up here, and then these will appear. They should appear even if you're using a phone, but sometimes that can be a little problematic. If you keep scrolling, you will find PYP Friday schedule. And this first PYP Friday is Friday A. And so you'll see that it goes, every staff member is listed and their schedule, so you can look at just what your role is as well as where everybody else will be. One of the beauties of Friday is that you guys get an extra bonus 10 minutes for your conference. That's nice, and you can kind of see how that works out. So Ms. Peppers will be teaching math in the main space. Ms. Cook will be teaching social studies in the main space over where Mr. Dunn normally teaches. Miss Green will be in her writing lab. Mr. Dunn will be teaching Texas history to both 4th grade groups in the art studio. Miss Marich will be teaching 5th grade social studies in her typical space. Miss Hawkins will be teaching 5th grade science in the science lab. And you can see both when you take your personal lunch as well as your personal conference, and then what your duties are during those time periods. And that goes all the way across to middle school. So definitely take a look at that and let me know if you have any questions about it. We'll ask those questions in the staff meeting Wednesday, and I'll address them. This 12:15 to 1:05 time is generally our ILP time. You have a lesson for that Miss Miriam Muka shared with you. So if I'm going back to staff notes, you can see that she put here that under her counselor's corner, that the week 2 ILP social emotional lesson is on taking responsibility for your feelings, and she emailed it to the SHG 1819 group. So if you don't see that email, definitely look for that group within Outlook and you'll find it. So for the first PYP Friday, we're just organizing them by grade level, but these groups may change once we get a better handle on their social emotional needs. We may group them accordingly. The big discussion about this first Friday is how are we going to do clubs? So for that, I'm going to send you to a different Google Doc. Okay, so this is a draft competitive clubs document that I sent out in a prior email. I will send out that link again with this video so that you can make sure that you have it. But it lists what everyone's doing for their clubs. It also lists the approximate amount of students. That's our goal for each club to have in order for all of our students to be able to be in a club. And you'll notice that there are teachers, math pentathlon, music, PE, art, and I Compete that are taking on those additional students that are necessary for our DI and FLL and First World and Future Cities teams that are limited by the competition, by the amount of students that they can have. So it's really important that we balance these numbers best we can. So for this first club where we're going around and we're recruiting kids, the idea is that the kids are not going to travel, the teachers will. And so I've got some teachers traveling to recruit and other teachers staying to monitor kids and to allow them to hear those talks from the different club teachers, and then potentially have like some activities and things that they can do in between to keep them from getting too antsy. So we'll just go staff member by staff member and what their role will be. So Ms. Marich is going to be in charge of a DI group, but she is going to be on this Friday supervising 4th and 5th grade in the main space. We're also going to have 7th grade in that space as well. And then Miss Jones will be doing a DI team, only middle school, but she's going to go ahead and rotate through all of the groups and talk about DI and recruit for DI for both her and Miss Jones, for both herself and Miss Marich. So she will not have any supervision duties during this time. Miss Green is going to be doing a Destination Imagination Rising Stars team, so she will talk to Miss K's class at another time during the week, so that frees her up to supervise with Miss Marich, 4th, 5th, and 7th grade in the main space. Mr. Kikano will be taking on 2 middle school Lego teams, so he'll talk to middle school about that, and he will also recruit 4th and 5th for Miss Hawkins. And so as soon as he finishes, because he only has 6th, 7th, 4th, and 5th to talk to, so that's basically only 2 locations, he will immediately plug in to help supervise with Marich and Green in the main space. Miss Hawkins will supervise grade 3 in the science lab. Mr. Kikano will do the recruiting for her so that she can be available to watch those students in the science lab just for this Friday. Ms. Kovaleski and Ms. Peppers are both doing a similar math, number sense, chess kind of combo kind of club. And so I'm going to let Ms. Kovaleski go around and recruit and talk about all the different opportunities because she's participated in a lot of those. And Ms. Peppers, that's Alex calling me on my cell phone, Ms. Peppers will be monitoring Ms. K's class in D208. Ms. Peppers, Ms. Kovaleski, if y'all rather reverse those roles, that is completely up to you. Just let me know. Okay, so to finish up, that Ms. Peppers and Ms. K can decide which one will supervise and which one will rotate, but we'll go ahead and pitch that club to all the groups. Ms. Hunt is going to go ahead and pitch her Future Cities groups within her science classroom so that she is available on this Friday to supervise middle school kids. Ms. Allen and Mr. Dunn will be rotating together to advertise their music club. Ms. Davis will also be supervising grade 6, and so they'll be using Jones and Davis's room for that purpose. They can split the kids. And then Miss Gessner will rotate and pitch her art club. Miss Petulia will also do the same with athletic club, and Miss Cook will go around and talk to the kids about I Compete. When all the talks are over and the kids have asked their questions and they fully understand what they are voting for, I will send out the voting survey for them next week. And then if there's any extra time after that, then we are going to let middle school return to like an advisory type time. You guys can take care of that however you'd like. And then 1st through 5th, we'll have a company meeting and bonding time, and Miss Green and Miss Marich have activities for that. So that's it in a nutshell, and I'm sure there'll be lots of discussion, but I wanted to get straight to the discussion in the meeting, so I wanted to get this part done ahead of time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure you're going to watch it several times, and hopefully it will facilitate better conversations at Wednesday staff meeting. Thank you, guys.